Hi again, everybody. More with geometry today. We're going to talk about different pairs of angles. So there's a few things we need to know first. The first thing we need to remember what it means is the word congruent. So congruent angles. Do you remember what congruent means? It really just means the same size, same shape. So congruent angles are angles with the same exact measure. The symbol for congruent is an equal sign with a little squiggly over it. So that's how you say congruent. So if I had two angles exactly the same, let's say it's angle A and angle B. If I were to say these were congruent, let's say they're both, 30 degrees, I could say that by saying angle A is congruent to angle B. All right, so that's what congruent means. Now, why would we need to know that? Well, it kind of goes with the next example. And this is an important one. I'm going to star it. Vertical angles. We are going to use this many times over the next couple weeks. So vertical angles are opposite angles when two lines intersect. Okay, and the thing is, star, they are always congruent. So check this out. If you drew two intersecting lines, and let's number them. Let's say this is angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4. Vertical angles are opposite each other. So 1 and 3, it's kind of like they're pointing to each other. Hello. If you trace their angle, see how it makes a point? Angle 3 is pointing to angle 1. Those two are kind of partners. So angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical, which means they're equal to each other, right? If this was, 100 degrees, if one was 100 degrees, guess what angle 3 is? Yep, 100 degrees. Boom. Now the other two angles, they're kind of partners, they're across from each other. So angle 2 and angle 4 are vertical. Actually, we can figure out what they equal. Remember yesterday we talked about a straight line is 180? So check this out. 2 and 3 together make up this straight line. If 3 is 100, 2's got to be 80. And if 2 is 80 and 4 is vertical to it, they're supposed to be equal. 4 is supposed to be 80. And what do we know? If all these together makes a circle, do you guys remember how many degrees in a circle? Hopefully you said 360. If we add all these up, 80 and 100, that's 180, plus 80 is 260, plus 100, 360, so that's right. So if you know one of these angles in an intersecting line situation, you can actually figure out all the other ones. Let's just do another one of those real quick. Let's say this was 20 degrees. Well, we could figure out right here is 20 degrees. Can you figure out the other two? Well, I see a straight line here. 20 plus this missing one has to be 180. So this is 160, and so is this one because it's opposite. Does that work? 160 plus 20 is 180. 180 and 160. 180 and 160. That's 340 plus 20 more. Yeah, 360. Okay? So there you go. Vertical angles, super important anytime you have intersecting lines. All right. Now we also have to know the word adjacent. Adjacent angles. This is actually real easy. Adjacent just means next to. So next to each other. So when would that happen? Actually, these two angles right here are adjacent to each other, right? They share a point here. They're adjacent to each other. These two are adjacent to each other. They're right next to each other. So all it means is just right next to each other. Okay. Next one is another important one. Complementary. Complementary. All right, complementary angles are two adjacent angles, so they're next to each other, that equal 90 degrees. So when you add them together, they equal 90. So guess what? They're really easy to find because they're going to sit in a 90-degree angle and be next to each other. So these two angles right here, I'm talking about this angle plus this one, those two together have to equal 90. So they are called complementary angles. The cool thing is you can use that fact to figure out stuff. So let's say this angle was 30 degrees. Could you figure out this missing angle right here? Yeah, you could, because you know 30 plus whatever this is has to equal 90. So this angle would have to be 60. Let's try another one of those. So if you have a picture, it's a dead giveaway. Let's say it was like this. And let's say this is 45 degrees. Can you figure out the other one? Well, it's got to equal 90. You could even do a little subtraction here. Boom. Oh yeah, we should have known that, right? These two together have to add up to be 90. So complementary, you have to remember, goes with 90. Complementary, 90. All right, last one. Supplementary. Supplementary angles. And it's very similar to this one, it just has a different number. It's going to be two adjacent angles that equal 180 this time. And again, it's going to be a dead giveaway what it looks like. We'll star this one. Because if you equal 180, you're going to be on this straight line here. A straight line is 180. So again, we could kind of figure stuff out. Let's say this one is 20 degrees right here. Can you figure out the missing angle? Yeah, you could, because 20 plus whatever's missing has to equal 180. So this one right here would have to be 160. All right, so use these notes again for the practice sheet. Complementary goes with 90. Dead giveaway with the picture. Look for that 90. Look for this box for the 90. Supplementary, straight line. All right, look for that. That's the 180. And then the vertical ones, remember, back up here, are staring across, kind of like a mirror for the vertical angles. All right, so give the practice sheet a try. Again, try to use Cami, and this time we are going to turn it in, and I will look at how you guys are doing. Let me know if you have questions, and tomorrow we're just going to practice all of this angle stuff again. All right, keep working, guys. Bye.